Gary?
You're awake. How about that?
Gary.
Whoa, easy there, easy. You've been out cold a couple of days now. Why don't you just relax a second? Get your bearings. Let's see what the damage is. How about your name? Can you tell me your name?
Gary.
I'm Doc Mitchell. Welcome to Good Springs. Now, I hope you don't mind, but I had to go rooting around there in your noggin to pull all the bits of lead out. I take pride in my needlework, but you'd better tell me if I left anything out of place. How'd I do?
Gary. Gary.
Well, I got most of it right anyway. Stuff that mattered. Okay. No sense keeping you in bed anymore. Let's see if we can get you on your feet. Good. Why don't you walk
Gary?
down to the end of the room? Over by that vigor tester machine there. Take it slow now. It ain't a race. Go ahead and give the vigor tester a try. We'll learn right quick if you got back all your faculties.
Gary. 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 Gary.
Look at that. Maybe them bullets done your brain some good. All right, I guess that about does it. Here, these are yours. Was all... They call it a...
Gary. Gary. Gary.
Cheyenne, stay. Don't...
Gary.
Yeah.
Hey there.
Gary.
See the sarsaparilla bottles on the fence there? That's the right idea. Look down the sight. Try crouching down. Nice shot. Well, that's a start. But
Gary.
I don't reckon you came
Gary.
with me to learn to fight Tell you what.
Gary.
Up on the ridge behind me there?
Gary.
Let's... Okay, you're on. Go give him hell.
Gary. Gary. Gary.
See? You're getting the hang of it. There's two more. Come with me.
Gary. Gary.
Let's do this.
Gary. Gary.
Holy moly.
Hmm.
I can't. Now that was some good work. Even got a little exciting there at the end. Here's a little... One more thing.
Gary.
Hey.
Gary. Gary. Gary.
I'm done being nice. If you don't hand Ringo over soon, I'm going to get my friends and we're burning this town to the ground. Got it?
We'll keep
Gary.
that in mind. Now, if you're not gonna buy something, get out.
What the hell is your problem?
Well, you've been causing quite a stir. Glad I finally got to meet you. Not much, other than they were having some... I didn't hear exactly. Look, about a week ago, this traitor, Ringo, we figured he...
Gary.
That's close enough.
Gary?
Who are you, and what do you want with me? Sorry about the... We got off to a bad... It's a...
Gary?
It's why you... So what's going on?
Gary.
Hi there. Sticking around Good Springs for...
Gary.
Joe.
So you're planning on taking on Joe?
Gary.
That does sound like a good plan. All right, you seem to know what you're doing, so you can count me in.
Do for you.
Gary.
Too dangerous. Uh-huh.
Gary.
You must be the one Doc Mitchell was patching up. Way I heard it, I didn't think you'd be walking out of... You made... And,
Gary.
Welcome back.
So what's going on? Did Sonny agree? Well, I guess...
Time to look alive. The powder gangers are here to play.
Gary. Gary. Oh, Gary. Gary. Ooh, Gary. 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 Gah. Gary, Gary. Gary. Gary.
I owe you a huge favor for this.
Gary.
How are you holding up?
Gary. Gary, Gary, Gary. Gary, Gary, Gary. Gary. Gary, Gary. Gary.